Hey y'all, I am LucidFaith, and today I want to talk about global cooldowns, off global cooldowns, and why they're important and why you should care about them. So, let's jump in. When you use a skill, you're probably used to seeing all of your other skills go on cooldown. That effect is what we call the global cooldown. Now, your global cooldown skills trigger this effect, and by default, the actual timing for it is 2.5 seconds. Now, on the flip side of this, there are skills known as off global cooldown skills. These skills do not trigger the global cooldown effect and are not blocked by the global cooldown effect, meaning that your other skills still stay up so you can use them. And when your global cooldown is ticking, you can use these while you wait. So now that you know what these terms mean, how do you know what skills are what? Well, easy trick is one, trial and error, just use them and see if it triggers the global cooldown, or take a look at the recast timer on your skill tooltip. If it is around 2.5 seconds or lower, because you can actually decrease that with things like spell speed and skill speed, if it's around 2.5, that's going to be a global cooldown skill. Say if it's instant or anything above 2.5, like 15 seconds, 30, 60, 180 seconds, those are going to be your off global cooldown skills. Now you know the difference between global cooldowns and off global cooldowns. Now, as a beginner, I kind of stopped there, and I just had a priority on my off global cooldowns skills, and I used those whenever they came up and then went to my global cooldowns. But there is an advanced technique that really pushes this game to its limits. That advanced concept is known as weaving, and it's really cool. So what it basically means is when you use a global cooldown, right, you have to wait 2.5 seconds until you can use another skill. But you can use an off global cooldown skill in between those two. So the act of putting off global cooldowns in between your global cooldown casts is what we call weaving, and that's when Final Fantasy XIV really picks up the pace, and at in-game scenarios it's extremely important. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so on screen now I have a display that shows what skills I cast, and there's two different sizes to them. The larger skills that come up, the larger images, are my global cooldown skills. So that's what triggers the global cooldown. Can't use another one of those for 2.5 seconds. Then you'll notice smaller square images of my skills, and those are my off global cooldown skills. So this shows you how you can actually put an off global cooldown in between two global cooldown skills, and the act of doing that is known as weaving. So now that you know what weaving is, why should you care about this? Well, it applies to literally every role in the game. If you're a DPS, this is how you get more DPS out. If you are a tank, this is how you do more DPS and get your utility out faster, more consistently. And if you're a healer, this is how you DPS and heal at the same time. So if you really want to get into endgame, if you want to get into the savages, the ultimates, this is a necessary skill that you will need to master. And I just want to let you know, this is not going to be easy to master. I'm terrible at it. As you see from the footage, I am awful at weaving, but it's kind of fun to learn to do and slowly get better at. And that wraps it up for our video today. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more. If you have any questions or feedback, leave a comment down below. And if you want to talk more about this or anything else, I do stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at about 5 o'clock Central. So drop on by. I'd love to see you. And y'all, always remember that you matter. I'll see you in the next one.